So you decided to try digital art or upgrade your game, and you're looking for the best tablet for you. There are actually 3 ways you can go here: budget, value for money, and the professional. So let's talk about each in detail. The first option is graphic tablet. This thing is the most budget version. You can actually get one for the price of 4 Big Macs in McDonald's. You connect this tablet to your computer and it basically becomes a mouse with a pressure sensitivity and a fancy platform. Each spot on the tablet correlates to the spot on the screen. Graphic tablet takes some time to master, but it has a lot of advantages. Price. They're usually cheaper than other options. Weight. These tablets are pretty light, often. Size variety. You can find a teeny tiny version of those that will almost fit in your pocket, and the big ones for your stationary PC. Programs variety. As it connects to the computer, you have tons of drawing programs to choose from and endless possibilities. The only existing and big disadvantage would be the absence of the screen. So getting used to it is harder if you go from traditional art, for example. And you can't use it without the computer or phone. But this boy will work in all the programs. It will allow you to draw, sculpt in 3D, and use all of those computer miracles. This was my first ever tablet, and I've been working on it for several years. It's the best way to start digital art if you have huge doubts or a very tight budget. Or both. My personal recommendations would be to get a cheap, medium-sized tablet for that, with about 8 to 5 inches of working area and bigger, and it should be around $60. But again, for super scared and cautious people, there are options for $20. And moving to the next option, iPad. This is the best value for money in my opinion. And I'm talking about any iPad that supports an Apple Pencil. I've been using the cheapest iPad for over 4 years, and I absolutely loved it. It is the iPad 2018 6th generation. So here the choice mostly depends on your budget. iPad has tons of advantages for beginners. First, it has a screen, which makes transfer from traditional art much easier. And it's generally more convenient when the line appears under your pen and not on the other side of the room when you draw on the tablet. iPad is multi-purpose. It's not only a drawing tablet, so you can use it for school, other work projects, and, other iPad things Apple always show in their ads. Mobility. It's a standalone tablet, which means that you don't need a computer for it, and you can take it anywhere. And of course, disadvantages. Limited amount of layers in Procreate, which in my opinion is the best drawing program on iPad, or maybe ever. That's actually all, I guess. Oh, and you need to charge your Apple Pencil. But that's not a big deal. The cheapest Apple bundle will consist of the new iPad 9th generation and an Apple Pencil 1st generation, and it will cost around $430. So it's a little bit more pricey, but you'll get a tablet which you can take anywhere. And it's also a very universal thing. There is also a Samsung Galaxy Tab, I guess, but I will be honest, I don't know anything about it. I've never used it, I've never tried it even, and I still think that iPad plus Procreate bundle is better. That is very subjective. I don't hate Android or anything. I had Xiaomi phone, Xiaomi, the same. So moving to the display tablets. I consider the display tablets to be the most professional option, because it combines 2 best features. It has a screen, which is again very comfortable, and it allows you to work on a computer. I feel like drawing on a screen is just much more convenient than the usual graphic tablet, and because you can work on a PC with it, you are not limited by the technical insides of the gadget like in the iPad. You can connect it to the most powerful computer you can find and work on canvases with huge resolution and unlimited amount of layers. And there are more professional programs for drawing and 3D on the computer. Other advantage is that you can use it as just a second screen for your computer, which is kind of nice. And the only and big disadvantage is that in order to use it, you absolutely need a computer. So if you want to take it to a cafe to draw on it there, you'll have to take your laptop with you to connect it to it. So it's still possible, but it will require from you a bigger backpack and some heavy lifting skills. And the bigger table at the cafe, so you could place everything on it. The laptop, and the display tablet, and the food, the coffee. So basically you'll have to recreate the whole working station at the cafe. But who's gonna stop you, why not? My personal recommendations would be to get a display tablet around 13 inches of the diagonal, and it will cost you around $250 or even $300 depending on the brand and the sales. So the price is cheaper than the iPad, but you'll be tied to your computer or laptop. And there is a fourth secret option: standalone pen computers. These are basically computers with windows inside and you can draw on their screen. But I consider them very overpriced and I kinda don't like them because of that. So just forget about it, especially for beginners. Like, nah. Anyway, the next stop is stand. For the graphic tablet, you won't need it, as it is much more comfortable to work with it on a flat surface and having your hand rested on the table. But you'll want to get a stand for the display tablet and the iPad, because with the display tablet, you'll be sitting and staring at the screen for hours. And if your tablet will be laying just on a table, you can say goodbye to your neck. Sometimes the display tablet comes with a simple 1 or 2 level stand. But in case you don't have it in the box or it feels too limited for you, you can get an adjustable stand separately. And here we come to the source of inspiration for this video, the Parblo PR100 stand. Parblo sent it to me for a review, and for me it was an awesome chance to find out if those adjustable stands are really worth it. The box content was simple, just the leather and the stand itself. Boy, he's thick and heavy, and I instantly moved to the testing. The adjustable stand allows you to find an angle which won't kill your neck immediately, because you're gonna sit and draw for many hours sometimes, and the wrong posture will make your life much harder. But be careful, because the big angle will kill your wrist after a while, so you'll either find the best angle which works for you, or switch to the graphic tablet if that will become a huge issue. That happens. I prefer the angle of about 30 degrees, sometimes 40 degrees, and this particular stand allowed me to set anything from 15 to 90 degrees, which is incredibly impressive. It's also quite heavy and strong. I'm pretty sure it will hold quite big tablets. So if your tablet doesn't come with a stand, I can highly recommend you this one. I really enjoyed it, although it's really heavy. I wasn't expecting that. It's easy to adjust and it's really steady because of the weight. Next up is the program. For the iPad, it is simple. It's Procreate. Just get it and you'll get the best experience ever. And that is as simple as that. You'll have tons of free tutorials on how to use it, tons of fun brushes, including mine, and other amazing stuff. It costs $13, but it will be the best $13 you've ever spent. Now, programs for the computer. First of all, it's Clip Studio Paint. It's a free app, it's very common, so you'll have tons of tutorials for it too. It has a huge variety of brushes and even the shop with them inside of the program. It also supports the Photoshop brushes, which means more brushes to play with and more fun. The second option is Photoshop. It's extremely expensive, but it's kind of professional stuff. You'll probably have to learn it if you go to work somewhere, but I'm not sure, to be honest. But anyway, yeah, it exists. And there are a lot of ways how to get it if you really want it. I mean the student discount. What you've been thinking? That's naughty. Number 3, Krita and Ibis Paint. I feel like these programs have smaller number of users, and I honestly don't know much about them. But I'm pretty sure you will find a lot of amazing artists who use them. It's just a matter of taste, I guess. And just a couple more things about the tablets. Drivers. All tablets for the computer require drivers. And they usually allow you to set your own hotkeys for your drawing programs, as well as pressure sensitivity and the buttons on the pen. So I recommend you to remember about it and mess around with them, trying different settings for yourself. It gets incredibly helpful once you get used to drawing on a tablet. Pen nibs. With time, the pen nibs on your pen will sharpen, so I recommend you to change them from time to time when you see that they're worn down too much. Or you will start sharpening your pen also, which I did one time, and you'll damage the surface of the tablet too fast. Don't worry, it doesn't affect the drawing experience too much, but still, the looks will totally suffer. You can also make the pen more pressure sensitive. You won't need to press that hard on the pen, which will help both your tablet and your pen, and also your wrist. And that's it, you're all set. That's the beauty of the digital art. You don't need to buy canvases, expensive art supplies, unless you want some, of course. But with digital art, you can even make your own brushes if you want. Any of these devices will serve you for years, until you'll eventually get tired from them and want to get something new. I had several tablets from all these years, and they all are still pretty alive and well, so it's actually always a challenge for me to get a new tablet when the previous one works perfectly fine, but you want this upgrade, you deserved it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye!